Good morning everybody, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So we are going to go over to those charts. So we finally got a little bit of movement here, more than $100 movement for a change, actually not far off a $200. We didn't do a lot of TA in last night's video, but I basically drew this pennant, didn't I? I said we've got a pennant. If we break out this pennant, then obviously we are going to well, I said basically we were going to break out this pennant one way or the other, and my guess was to the upside, just with the strength in all markets and everything, and yeah, break into the upside. Is this the start? Is this the start of our massive move? The next target, obviously, we've only just had this move, so we're potentially just bull flagging this out a bit for the time being, and we can have an attempt at this major resistance here. Basically, if we get back above here, I believe all the rest of them will be easier. This is obviously a tough one for us as well, which at the moment, obviously is looking good. We've got this descending wedge we're looking at as well, which we are, well, this is the target for it. And then we did have this sort of little ascending channel that we have broken out of. So maybe we'll get a back test of the top of this trend line. But I'm not really expecting much in the way of pullbacks at the moment. I feel like we've had a lot of we've got a lot of pent up energy, a lot of energy built up. So we can get blasting through some of these levels. Obviously, we're going to know if we get rejected and we start to come back down, but I don't think that is the most likely scenario. I think we are going to try and take out this 9,500 area, and once we do that, then that's a change of behavior. That means we've got a low, a higher low, a higher low, and it also means we've got a high, a higher, well, we can call it higher high, higher high, and then finally another higher high, which will well, yeah, it's just further confirmation that we are reversing this overall downtrend, and then obviously taking out this one. I mean, that's it guys. To the moon. Get our our moon boots on. But yeah, so it is looking positive. I mean, I can't help but obviously look at the wider markets, just how strong they are. I mean, also look at this, guys. You guys know how much I love silver and how much silver I have. But yeah, look, so we had this level, really broke above it. This is the main level we're looking at, and then yeah, just rocket fuel. Tested it here, broke above, back tested it, got back above, back tested it again, and we have liftoff. Blasted through the 4-hour 9 there as well. Let's see what's on the daily, just to see if we're potentially getting any pullback. Yeah, a couple of days higher on silver. And then before we potentially get some consolidation. But yeah, if you look at this major horizontal we got drawn in, important level, and gold silver ratio, another one that you guys know I want to get hammered down, because obviously help my silver position relative to gold, which is still going up. And here is gold itself. Gold itself is making a move up. So we're getting some very bullish action. I don't need to show you oil, but oil is also having some very bullish action. And yeah, stock market's very bullish action. So I mean, you guys could tell in last night's video. I mean, for me, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before Bitcoin plays catch up. Bitcoin played laggard when stock markets initially had some major falls, and Bitcoin didn't really fall that much, and then basically fell as much, and some again, and then some again, and then probably some again. So I'm expecting, if Bitcoin basically breaks out this little what we've got going on here initially, well, first things first, we sort of broke out this little descending wedge we've got. We are confirming a breakout of this channel also here, so that can reverse this downward action we've got going on here, and then finally this whole sort of box we're in, with a high of around just over 10,000, break out of that too, then I don't think we'll have any problem getting over this 10,500 area, which is this high here. And then honestly guys, then we're going to be back to Bitcoin of the olden, Bitcoin of old. Bitcoin of the days when we get moves like that, moves like this, moves like this, and most notably moves like, God, this is a big one, isn't it? Look at this. Most notably moves like this. I mean, it goes on and on and on forever. This is a move, literally, if we look at this from, Well, from when BitMEX, all you had to do was buy Bitcoin on 100x leverage when BitMEX started trading its its contract. And yeah, and then you're laughing. But yeah, basically I think we're just gonna get a move like this. I think we've done a nice bit of consolidation here over the past 3 years. Yeah, just yes, guys. I mean, you know my thoughts on this. You know my views. Yeah, first things first though. Let's take these baby steps. These baby steps we've got to get first. Like I said, we've taken the first one. We actually breaking out this range a little bit here. Obviously these, I mean, I love horizontals. Horizontals are my main one. So we've got basically horizontal here, which we look like we are hopefully confirming a support and hold's gonna stay above. Horizontal here, horizontal here, horizontal here, horizontal here. And then, I mean, we can look at this sort of area of interest up here. But after that, there's nothing, guys. There is nothing, and I would not even count on 20k. Well, it wasn't quite 20k, but then 1966, whatever it was, 1996 or whatever it was. Well, I'm not even looking at the right bit. This 19, here we go. Oh, whatever. On BitMEX, it obviously traded above 20k. But yeah, I wouldn't even look at that level as anything that's going to stop us. I wouldn't look at these levels as anything that's going to stop us. I wouldn't look at this level as anything that's going to stop us. We're going to be in our own uncharted territory. Bitcoin's a lot different from these days, and Bitcoin's a lot different from these days. The ecosystem's a lot different. Everything's a lot different. Yeah, I just think that the world currencies are a lot different. The stock markets, the world is a lot different. The liquidity situation is a lot different. Everything is a lot different these days. So don't bet on not 30k BTC this year. Just don't bet against it. I've still got a bet on with my friend for $30 silver before 30k Bitcoin, and yeah, I still think I'm going to win that bet though. But I would be more than happy to lose that bet. I'd be more than happy to lose that bet. I mean, I think it's just win-win. I mean, 30k Bitcoin or 30k silver, they're both win-win. They're both win-win for me. But I'd obviously, for the sake of pride and the bet. I mean, to be honest, for this realistically speaking, I'm more leveraged to Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves more. I would have more. If I could choose, I'd choose to lose that bet tomorrow and Bitcoin be at 30k rather than win that bet tomorrow and silver be at $30. But anyway, I have digressed a little bit there. But yeah, anyway, first step. I mean, at the moment we still don't have a higher high, clearly. Relative to these levels here, we don't have a higher high yet based on this, so we have got to look at it still in the form of in the form of a larger time frame pennant. We could draw obviously the top down here, bottom down here, so we're looking like we're breaking out that pennant, but we've got to take out this high here. We've got to take out this level to really fully and formally confirm a change in behavior, and then I believe this level will be easier to take out, and then I really do think we'll be off to the races once the bears. I wouldn't even call these guys bears. I'll just call these whales that want to liquidate some panic sell some people and pick up some cheap Bitcoin down here before they know before the inevitable comes. The inevitable that we all know is inevitable, not financial advice. They may just give up. They will give up if we get up to here. They'll give up, and they will just then have to start taking their foot off the downward pressure brakes they're putting on, and they will then also have to succumb to the pressure, the upward pressure that we've clearly got, which is more than their downward pressure, and also their own downward pressure will have to then become upward pressure, because they still want that Bitcoin, they still want that position, so they are going to have to then turn from from having the brakes on to then basically pushing the nitrous oxide button, basically relative to the upward pressure we've got in the market at the moment. So yeah, I think it's looking good. I think it's looking good. I'm pretty sure you could tell by my positivity last night. I am massively biasly driven. My views are driven by major markets, and they're just going to the moon. Bitcoin, I think, is lagging. Is a laggard. Is lagging, but I think it is going to surprise everybody to the upside. And I think it's going to surprise everyone to the upside this year. One thing I've learned from all my years in Bitcoin, which is a lot of years, is that Bitcoin will literally every time it will do way more than you expect. I mean, this sell-off here, way more than I expected. I mean, I was calling the 14k top based off the Fibonacci 618 retracement, and I was targeting basically 8k, and we got down to 6.5k. I mean, as we're coming up looking good here, over 10k. If you told me Bitcoin was going to come down to here, wouldn't really believed you. If you then told me just buy there and we're going back up to 10k, probably wouldn't have believed you. But well, say I wouldn't have believed you. I mean, what I do know is that it will just do crazy things. So if you guys don't think Bitcoin can, I mean, at a minimum quite easily take out 20k, let alone get to 30k this year, then there's lots of times that lots of people have thought lots of things couldn't happen, including myself lots of times. And now I just have to program my mind. My mind still tells me it's not going to happen, but I have to have then another layer of reasoning that I built into my mind to then tell that part of my mind that, wait a minute, right, you just need to look at the reality of the situation. That part of my mind has been wrong plenty of times. And yeah, and that actually is the trend for that part of your mind to be wrong and things to do more than you expect, to the upside and to the downside. So anyway, yeah, looking good. We'll just have a quick whiz through the stochastics, because you know how we like the stochastics. Yeah, 4 hours coiled up, but this is looking like it is going to start making progress to the bullish zone, which is going to get us majorly bullish. 8 hour is clearly getting very bullish here. 10 hour moving up nicely as well. 12 hour is going to get us a well, it is going to smash through this. It can't turn down. It's like a big oil tanker. It can't turn around on a dot. But this is going to break this level, so hopefully it'll get a continuation. Still upside. Daily has turned back up. Daily, well, is turning back up. Excellent. 2 day, which was faltering, turning back up. Our 3 day for 3. Turning back up, and we look like we'll be confirming that those 3 day hidden bullish divergence. But yeah, this is turned up at the moment, so is it going to start to make some progress upwards? And then weekly here it is, thorn in our side weekly, but that is what it is, guys. We can still easily turn this around. Like I said, slow moving oil tanker is going to have to turn around about here, and that will not look bad in the context of wanting to form something like this. So there we go, guys. That is what I am looking at. Let's hope we are doing this evening's video with Bitcoin above our next level of resistance, that being the this 9,500. But I believe we can play out this. I do believe if we are going to do it, it is going to be a pretty quick move. I don't think we're going to hang around and play around these levels. I think people are going to jump in, and we are going to start to make moves pretty quick. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, guys. That's what I'm looking at. The downside, again, I will have to point out the downside is obviously here 9,200 quite clearly. And if we take that out, especially if we don't get any higher than here, definite fake out to the upside, another lower high, and that would be very bearish, and I would expect a full slam down through obviously the 9,200 and then 9,000 pretty shortly after. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking at to the downside for full disclosure of the potential scenarios. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys later today.